Hello YouTube, Dennis84 here, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Tag Force 5, Yusei Story Part 3. So, we were hired as bodyguards in the last episode, and now we are going to go back and see what's going on with the town, and, kind of report for duty, since they're bodyguards and whatnot. So we're going to head on over back to the frontier, where we meet up with our boss, who was like, throwing people or something like that down a mine shaft, I guess. So, I don't know. If I didn't say it in the last one, it's kind of like the Hankfield and McCoys. It's two rival factions or teams that are just trying to get possession of the town so they can, benefit from the profits of it only and whatnot. So, Yusei and I are just basically pretending to be the bodyguards for this guy to getting close because of that mysterious letter saying there's a friend of ours. Well, a friend of Yusei's here, and Yusei wants to get him back. And so today, these are the two faction leaders. Our boss, Jamie, I think. I'm not 100% sure, because since the mouse move, I really don't know which one's which, and I wasn't paying attention before. But, so, we meet Yusei's friend, and it's Kiru. And here he is. Yeah. If you remember from the Dark Sigma saga, he ran the Infernities and the Earthbound Giant, and so Yusei beat him then, and now we're gonna take him on. And the thing is, he wants to take him back, and he's like, "Hey, we're friends. We shouldn't be fighting." He's like, "Well, he's kind of like emo in this. He's like, I really don't want to fight. I don't want to duel anymore, but I'm gonna keep dueling anyway." And he was like, "Whatever." So we're gonna take him on, and he's like, "But we're not gonna do a one-on-one. It's gonna be a tag match." And he's like, "Adam's my partner." He was like, "Well, I don't work with partners." So I was like, "Okay, so just duel him with yourself then." I was like, they've done in Tag Force 4 where you had to watch Davik fight his opponents all the time. So why didn't they just do it in this one? But I'm gonna let you listen to this intro. It's so simple, and yet it's so cool. So, we begin our match, and let's go. Kiru, or Talon the American, and some other guy, versus me and Yusei, the bodyguards. And the match begins. And I was hoping Kiru's gonna play the exact same deck as he did in the show, which is, still the Infernities. And he does, and thankfully he actually even has the monsters that he had in the show, like the one that's if it's in the graveyard, if you take effect damage or something like that, you can have your opponent either guess what top card if it's a monster they take. If you take damage if it's a magic trap. I can't remember. Either way, it inflicts a lot of damage to you if your opponent guesses wrong, or if they guess right, you take a lot of damage. He doesn't use it in this one. He doesn't even use the other one. The other one's like a card that if your life points reach 0 or less, 0, you can like discard your whole hand to special summon this card, and as long as he's on the field, you can't die even if your life points are 0. But every time you take damage, you get a counter on him, and when you get 3, he dies. So, summons Infernity Beast. Infernity Beast is if he attacks when you have no cards in your hand, your opponent cannot activate any magic or trap, but since that means something to worry about. There's no cards on the field anyway besides him, but he also has 4 cards in the stand. So, nothing to worry about there. But, so he starts setting cards down. And then I'm up next. So, I go. And I was gonna try and get off some cards real quickly, since I had Foolish Bear. I was just gonna dump a Scrap Soldier integrator, but he Dark Bribed me. So, I figured, I would since I got Heavy Storm, Heavy Storm just in case he had like another Dark Bribe on the field. And I would use Gold Sarcophagus to remove another Scrap Chimera, because Scrap Chimera is always useful. And this is where I got really annoying, because since you don't have Scrap Dragon, you can't synchro for anything 8th unless it's Scrap Dragon with a Chimera on the field. Because you can't synchro with Scrap Chimera for anything except for Scrap Synchro. So, I use Gold Sarcophagus, and I know somehow or just playing ahead to use Scrap Chimera again, because you gotta use Scrap Chimera and Scrap Deck. He's kind of like the key card in it. So I'm just gonna start attacking him, inflict 1700 damage total this round. And since I have the bottom of a Papus on the field, I'm just going to end after I inflict the damage, because there's nothing else I can do. And I'm hoping the monster stay on the field long enough and Yusei could just synchro for Scrap Dragon. So, my opponent's up, no idea what he's going to be running at all. So he draws, and we wait in anticipation to see what he's got. He's got a X-Saber. Yay. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, guard. Gravity X Brawl. I was like, what? He could be using so many cards. I mean, it's got the effect of, you know, battle position can't switch, which is kind of good. Like, it kind of stops scope effects if you're not attacking them. But still, it's only 500. Why not, you know, like Axe of Despair or something like that? So I give him the bottom of pause during main phase 2, and since it's level 4, Yusei can just synchro for level 8. And I was like, okay, well, we'll have a Scrap Dragon then. And this would be turn 1 for Gold Sarcophagus, so that's 1 for Scrap Chimera. And I was like, if anything, he could sacrifice for, like, Scrap Golem. I don't know if he had it, but I was just, you know, it would be kind of cool if he had, like, Scrap Golem or something like that. And he sets the card down. I was like, okay, here we go. He's going to he's in the synchro. And I was, yeah, so here it goes. I do believe he goes for the Scrap Dragon. And I was like, yeah. And I was hoping it was going to have some animation to it. Really was hoping. Because that would have been really cool to see. Like, you know, it has an animation of, like, when they summon it, there's, like, a pause. But no, it went right straight to the field. So I was annoyed, because I wanted to see that card. But yeah, he summons it. And I got annoyed, because we really would have had a huge advantage here. But, I mean, now they're down half a heart, so we kind of still do. But we have no monsters on the field. But now, Scrap Dragon gets its effect. And I thought Solemn Judgment negated it completely. That's what I could have sworn happened. I guess it doesn't now. So, he summoned Scrap. And here's what annoyed me. He summoned it in defense mode, and he plays Giant Trinade. If you knew you were going to play Giant Trinade, why didn't you just put Scrap Chimera in attack mode? I don't know. But he still hasn't summoned yet. So he's going to sacrifice it for, I think, Scrap Golem. Okay, yeah. I was going to say Scrap Solar. Scrap Golem. And here, he can summon Twin, because all he's got to do is special summon the Beast. But no, he goes for the Chimera. And it's cool. I mean, yeah, we're going to take more damage. But I just like having the power hitter on the field just in case. Because, like, next turn, since they're below 4,000, or, you know, I think the Destiny Draw activates when it's 4,000 or less. So, since they're less than 4,000, it's going to go into the Destiny Draw, and Kiru's up next. So, you don't know what he's got as his Destiny Draw. He could have anything. He could have, like, Infernity Launcher and stuff like that. And since this is before the current ban list, you could have 3 Infernity Launchers. And I'll tell you, I get an Infernity deck, and I'll be running it when I tag up with Kiru. And oh my god, like, it's so broken. I understand why they restricted it. But, so Kiru's up next. He's only got 2 cards, which is even worse than. So he's going to Destiny Draw. And he's only going to have, as I said, 3 cards. So even if anything, he's got like 1 monster, or at least 2 monsters. And if he gets Infernity Launcher as Destiny Draw, he can always use the effect and like just start overpowering us with monsters swarming. So he sets the card down, and we don't know what that is, those 2. And then I think he sets a monster in defense mode. Yeah. Because he really has no choice. So, but then in my head, I'm going, okay, it could be Infernity Guardian, which means it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect. So, I was kind of hoping to draw into something, and I get my Scrap Chimera. And since I have a Scrap Beast in my graveyard, I was just like, okay, I'm going to play smart. I'm going to activate Scrap Golem, and I'm going to get a Scrap Beast. And since I do have Twin Scrap Dragon, I'll just, I'll summon it, and I'll get the effect. So I should have done this before I even summoned the monster, just in case he had like Toronto. I guess I was trying to see if he had it before I summoned. But I throw my Mirror Force to one of his backfield just in case it's something. It was a card destruction. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of weird. So I'm gonna Synchro for Scrap Dragon. And if this is successful, we win automatically. Like if this summons, we win. So I take priority because I still haven't been summoned yet. So either way, I'm like, we got this, because if he does Trent or something like that, I can just attack with one of my other monsters attack per game. But he doesn't. Field's wide open, and I attack for 3,000, and Kiru is done for. And even his ending is kind of emo. Like, just watch. I mean, they don't say anything. In Attack Force 4 in the Japanese, they actually did talk, but in this one he doesn't. Because at last, I'm released with grip of the duel. Like, dude, you can stop dueling any freaking time you want. No one's putting a gun to your head. I mean, technically in the story they kind of were, but even then, if you lost, you just go work in the mine. And when he does lose in the story, he goes work in the mine, and he doesn't care. He's like, I deserve this. It's like, fine then, dude. So don't duel. No one's making you. It's idiotic. It's like, I can't even think of anything right now. I'm just kind of mind blown, I guess. So Yusei is like, since we win, we're the champions, we're returning the town to the people, get out of here. And if you got a problem that you can challenge me, and the guy's like, well, I'm not going to take it from you, I can't beat you. So he runs away, and now Yusei is with Kiru, and he's just going to try and convince him to come back, and Kiru's like, no, I have too many things to do here, this town needs me. You're not going to be dueling. I mean, the whole town revolves around dueling and winning them. So if you're not going to be doing that, you're kind of just a guy in the town. But they kind of, make friends-ish in a way. Kiru, is just Kiru, emo, kind of in a way. And I'm sorry if I have any fangirls or anything like that who are in love with Kiru, but they gotta admit he kind of is in this. He's kind of very emo. But, so you should try to convince him, but he doesn't want to come back. And we will see what happens in part 4 coming up very soon. See ya.